We got some answers, but where the fuck is Vision, bro? Where is Vision?
Like White Vision?
Yeah, White Vision. Where
he just is White Vision?
Probably Connecticut. He's white now. He's celebrating.
Yeah.
he's hanging out at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 154 of Insensitive Culture. I almost got that wrong. As always, you know me.
So what?
On the other end is...
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... And we will forever be...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
We always have a podcast before the podcast. This whole thing ended up in it got my blood boiling talking about the Snyderverse. These Snyderverse people, man, Jesus Christ, let it go.
Oh man,
let it go.
They'll never let it go.
They'll never.
You too can listen to the podcast before the podcast when you sign up for insensitiveculture.com/join. Just fucking around.
That doesn't exist, but if enough people are vocal about it, it will exist. I promise you.
We'll email you the raw audio if you want to pay for that shit. Done.
It is crazy though, because we generally do record like at least 15 to 20 minutes
Easy.
of just us talking smack.
I bet that could be its own spin-off. We should spin that off into just like a quick hit. If you don't want to listen to the full episode, just check out the bullshit before. You'll get a brief overview and probably some wild shit.
That might have to be
shit,
edited
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
At times.
I would hope so.
Just cut a few things out. We don't need all that business out there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a no jumper episode here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, and also nobody's in either one of our spaces, so no fights are gonna break out, nothing. So we're good. We're golden.
We're good.
It's true.
Dave, I see a new background there, all settled into a new spizzot.
I gotta get it all doped up. All tight, get my shit up. I got my Funkos. I don't know if you can see the tiny little shelf in the back with the little Funkos on there. I just gotta make it look dope, make it look studio-esque. I miss that. Can you send me some of that brick wallpaper? I wanna run my shit down.
I got you, homie. I got you.
Good looks.
That way you just meet the feeling. Just have that feeling of being in studio.
Facts.
Love it.
Or that green screen. Either one.
Either one of them. I got you. I'll send you some links. Right now would not be the time for me to fund things like that for you, but
That's fair.
but I could send you some links.
Is it just like green? Yeah, just like green carpet. Like, would anything green work? Because I get like a green blanket or something.
The right green, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be the right green. I got you, son. We'll talk about it off air. I got you, son. Yeah, no, but it's dope. It seems like it's feeling a little bit closer to you being fully converted to a Californian.
Word. Yeah. No, it's not going to change, at least for the next 13 months or so. So that's going to be what you're going to be seeing if you're peeping this. Just get doper fair. Every week. I'll add a little something.
That's fair, bro. Nah, I just mean in general, bro, like being out in Cali and it doesn't feel like that vacation time anymore. Now it's starting to feel like it's home.
No. Yeah, I mean, because we have all our shit now. Like before we were living in the corporate housing and it was dope. Don't get me wrong. It was like a 3-bedroom fucking dope ass setup and shit. But like, you know, it wasn't my stove. It wasn't my pots and pans, our plates, our couch. Like, it just felt like I said, an extended vacation. And now that we got our shit, like we got our couch back, and when we brought Cliff over, you know, he was super pumped to see all our shit and to smell, you know, all the smells that he recognized. He was super chill.
That's awesome.
That's dope. Yeah. Johnny even switched things up over there, man. I'm still not used to that. I'm used to seeing like the couch and everything in the background, like, and now we're just facing a wall. Y'all need to hook y'all shit up.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Getting there.
I've been thinking about getting some like light panels or some shit back here.
Yeah, just make it a little bit more Johnny. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like Johnny's gonna get like a neon light that says Johnny Quest in the background, like in cursive and shit.
Johnny Quest.
That's not a bad idea either. I might get something like that.
Neon, those signs. I feel like those are expensive. You have somebody make you a neon sign, like that shit ain't cheap.
Yeah, they're not cheap. The WBS guys got one, and they said it not only was not cheap, but it like took months to show up.
Damn.
Yeah, but theirs is massive.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like I thought about doing that, getting a drippy one, and
that'd be tight, dude.
The way my budget, works out, it would have been a really tiny one. It would have been like about the size of the drippy that I have right there. It wouldn't even been worth having it made.
You got to turn all the lights down so that it's super bright.
Word. Now I'm gonna make some changes in here too. Obviously not right away, but little by little. I'm gonna make this a little bit more. I don't know. We don't need all of this anymore for insensitive culture unless y'all come into town. But I'm just gonna downsize a little bit and or not even downsize, just make it a little bit more friendly and stuff. But anyway, friendly to other shows and stuff, because got to make this an income investment now.
Income driven, yeah,
man. Anyway, the listeners are super excited to hear that. But
the podcast listeners, like the ones who host a podcast, they are.
Oh yeah, for sure. Our day one homies are always happy to see the growth and the expansion and like all the different things that we got going on, because they've been with us along, for the entire ride. And if you've been with us for the entire ride, we've gone through some stuff, and this is definitely way better than our first episode. Y'all should probably go back to that first episode. We don't even have video for it. I have video for it.
That's true.
I have video for it, but I don't think it'll ever see the light of day.
We had someone's Moto Razor like propped up, just recording us the whole time. Like that's how bad shit was when we first started.
It was horrible. But anyway, we'll get to that point. Maybe y'all see it, and then y'all would appreciate what show we have for you nowadays and shit. So we may release it for nothing else but for that.
Right.
But yeah, let's why don't we get on with the show?
Let's do it.
Question. What you got
fellas?
for us, homie?
All right. First question. Would you rather come loudly every time you fart, or fart loudly every time you come? I know. That's tough. It's a toughie. Pros and cons.
I mean, I would have to say fart loudly every time I come, because it's like the reason for that, because there always has to be a reason, right? The reason why I would go for that is I'm already not, like, we're already at a point in our relationship where you would let that slide. But if I just let something just like in the middle of anywhere, like I fart accidentally, you know how sometimes it's an accident, it wasn't even on purpose. And that one little accident one, you're on a bus, you're wherever, you're at work, and a little something that's supposed to just go like a ends up with you oh. That's not gonna be good, bro.
Fuck. I mean, so you said that from like an established relationship POV. I'm thinking,
no. I'm thinking even if like if we have a one night stand and I smash, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm already fucking you.
So it don't matter if you cut the cheese.
If I cut the if I
you're already busted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
if you're not feeling it, I already smashed. Like I don't.
Right.
And if anything, once we smash 2 or 3 times, she's gonna be like, so I noticed that every time
you say you have a condition,
be a conversation that we have.
She can't ask any further. If you say it's medical, you'd be like, yeah, it's just a thing. That
It's just I don't know. I don't know why that happens.
That's fair.
She'll have to get past that. Whereas like the other one, you would literally not want to fart at the wrong time, or you would just it would just be embarrassment.
Right. Because even if it's like a silent one, you're like, you're shopping. I remember I was walking through Target and I just let like a little one rip, and it's just this super loud bust in the aisle, and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's practical. It's practical. I get it.
If I already busted. Like we already having sex. I already busted a nut. She's gonna be more forgiving than a random person.
What if 1 in every 50 was a shart while you were busting?
Ooh.
I don't know why we're adding things to these.
This is my brain, my curiosity. I need to know if that affects your decision at all.
Well, after the first 50. Maybe 2,
I mean, yeah,
2, like
50's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. You get away with a lot of that.
It's a decent. It's just 1 in 50. You don't know. It could be number 3. It could be 49. You don't know when it's coming. It's not like every 50. Oh, here's 50 coming up. Get the towel ready. You don't know when it's coming.
So then that's not 1 in 50. That's just random.
It's 1 in every 50 or so.
Okay.
It's the average. We're averaging it.
All right. I'd still have to go with that.
No, that's fair. I get it. That's acceptable. It's acceptable.
Yeah, I don't want to be
shouting
in a
out
random
bus
spot.
in the middle of wherever the fuck you are.
Oh no, you're in a fucking meeting or some shit at work.
Yeah, gotta mute my mic, turn my camera off, and step away for 5 minutes. Get my shit cleaned up.
Hope it's not a surprise one that just came out of nowhere.
Those happen.
Went to adjust yourself and just like a little plap.
Or a cough. We've all been coughing and just a little toot slips out, and it's not just a little toot anymore.
Eyes roll back and shit.
You're just like, oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know why, guys. I just feel real relaxed right now.
Would you eat like foods that made you super gaseous just so that you could bust all the time?
Depends how I'm feeling,
just
man.
Shoveling beans down your mouth.
I probably keep like Beano on me all the time just to make sure that it doesn't, like, I'm not in a situation where.
What are you going with, Johnny? You've been surprisingly quiet on this.
I mean, as always, I got questions.
Okay, I can answer them. I've got answers.
So, are these like? Is when you say you busting, like, is it a full like
loud?
So there's a couple questions. Is it first physical ejaculation, or is it just the orgasm part of it?
I'm assuming physical ejaculation. Yeah.
So you're like wetting your pants and everything.
For sure. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. That almost immediately strikes that as the non-answer. The second question I was gonna have is, not every time you bust is it a major roll your eyes back bust. Especially
that's fair.
If you're like, I don't know,
if you're in a rush and you're just trying to crank one out real quick.
You're back in those days and you're fucking jerking off 5 times a day type shit. By that like 4th one, 5th one, just like this is I just came.
Yeah.
I'm just tired
now. You just feel it. There's nothing nothing comes out.
You're not moaning or anything. The amount of times that I rip ass a day, like, I feel drained. Like I'd be super drained. Like by like 11 o'clock in the morning, like I'd be like, this is over.
And then wifey's feeling frisky. She's like, hey baby, let's get it on. You're like, dude, I farted 5 times this morning. What do you want from me? I can't. I have nothing left in my body.
It's dust.
Just
dust.
Poof.
And the question says you come loudly. So every single time, yes.
So it's always loud. Yeah,
very
you're right.
Vocal, very vocal.
So it's always a vocal nut.
Eyes rolling.
Even though you're
yeah.
nutting like nothing. Your orgasm is Harry Met Sally quality.
Yes.
Nah, not doing that. I'm pretty sure we're all going to be on the same page here.
Mention Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. So we're all just going to bust.
We're all just going to fart when we bust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that far away from the actual real life. But
It's like I can feel it sometimes, like the pressure.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. There's been farts like right before action takes place. It's just like, you're so close to killing the mood right now.
Have you ever had to physically restrain a fart though during sex? Like you feel like if you wanted to, you could just pop this fart out, but it's really not the time to do so.
Physically restrained, like you're plugging your butt.
I mean, you're not like shoving something in there, but you know how you can hold a fart in. Like, I mean, that's not.
Like you squeezing the fart inside, trying to push it back in.
Right. Yeah. But still fucking at the same time.
100%. Like, that happens quite often.
It's like I don't have sex without holding in a fart, actually. Now that you mention it.
Unfortunately too gassy of a human.
That dairy will get at you.
He's not.
That's the thing, man.
That's him without the dairy.
Yeah. Facts. Like, it just about everything I eat causes gas.
The dairy just causes pain.
Facts.
All right, this
is ready for the next.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dave,
did you have to add to the busting farting convo walk?
No, I mean, did Dave have an official answer here?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna fart when I bust. I can't. You can't go around just having wild orgasms wherever you are. Like I'm not holding in farts like that either. So yeah, no. And I'm in a committed relationship. I was listen. This is what's gonna happen. Do you still love me or not? And then we go from there. And it's the same for all of us. But I think the one night stands would be different. Even though, you're already hitting, you don't care. Like, maybe this is a chick that you're feeling. You want to make an impression. And she's like, he just rips these.
It's like Margot Robbie, one night stand.
Right.
You're going to fucking fart right after you nut.
And what if it's like a premature, like you couldn't hold your bust because she was so dope. And then like, not only did you bust in 2 minutes, but you also ripped crazy ass. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? You're done. You lost your Margot Robbie privileges.
There goes all the chance you had.
And she's telling her girl. She's
going
like,
a second time.
Girl, he busted in 2 minutes, then he ripped ass. It was insane. Crazy.
He started sobbing immediately afterwards.
I have to go with the old saying, man. It's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
That's fair.
Fair.
Yeah. Because again, whether it's in 2 minutes or 30 minutes, I smashed. And one time is fine with me. I'm good. You're either okay with it or you're not.
I felt her insides. That's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to be, right?
Still hit.
Truth.
Those were 2 minutes of pure power, baby.
And some stank.
Some stank.
Put some stank on it.
You enjoy that Thai food I just had.
Just had this chow my fun. Let's go bang. All right. Next question, guys.
Just
you
serving
ready?
you seconds, baby.
Would you rather be bald by 20, completely bald, or 5'3" with a full head of hair?
I'd be bald. Fuck those 5'3" guys.
Word. And that's coming from a short dude.
Oh man. Nah, let me see. Let me think about this for sure.
You don't even rock long hair. What does that mean? You're bald literally right now. It makes no difference to you.
No. See, and for me it's because it makes no difference. I'd be bald by 20. Because I have a decent shaped head where I don't look bad bald.
It's a very nice head.
You know what I mean? So pause. And
hey yo,
I was looking for the.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, so I definitely go with the bald, shave my head. I know I have friends who were bald at a young age. It didn't really affect them much.
I know kids that I went to high school with dudes that were going bald like our senior year, bro. Like
in high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yes.
Whew, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 20's rough too. It's not that far off, but still.
Oh, it said bald by 20, so that means like it's gradually falling in high school.
Yeah.
Clumps.
By 20, that shit is
What's your head shape?
There's
like,
no coming
Johnny?
back. Yeah, you're shaving that shit.
You ever rocked a shave head?
Not since 1999. And I know that specifically because that's when I pledged a frat and I had to shave my head.
Ooh.
That's what I thought.
And that was not a good look. I was much skinnier at that time too. So I looked way creepier, I would say. I have one photo which was, well, I'm sure there's maybe more, but there's one photo that like I actually have that's like 2 weeks after I crossed or something. And I, still barely growing any hair back. And I look at that and I'm like, not only did I like lose weight during the pledge process, and got even thinner, but then on top of that with that bald ass head, yeah, it's creepy as fuck. I look like one of those like mad scientists in these fucking movies.
Damn. Okay.
And at that time, he was wearing oversized clothes too. So
word, it was
we
the
all
90s.
were 99. Come on.
yeah. So it just made it.
I had my Wakochenko jeans on.
Word.
My Anichi coats.
Anichi, yeah. We used to think it was. Remember, we couldn't remember how to pronounce that. It was either Anichi, E-Nice, or NYC.
I thought it was NYC.
I think it is NYC. I think Anichi wasn't the proper way of saying it. But we would call it Anichi.
Got the Anichi joints on.
It's fancy. It's the French version, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is tough. This is tough for me because I have a very round head and it looks fine bald. But like you've not
gone
super
bald?
tall. I'm 5'7" and 5'3" is not that much shorter. It might be a little bit. There's a difference there between 5'7" and 5'3", like because most chicks are like between 5 foot and 5'3". I feel like that's would you guys say that's average chick height? 5 foot
I think
5'3"?
so. I think 5'3", 5'4" is pretty average.
Ooh, yeah. See,
Dave, let's reframe it for you, right? Because you said,
do I get to be 6 foot and bald? Because if I get to be 6 foot and bald,
would you rather be bald and be up there?
Yes.
Okay.
I would. I would take that just to see what it's like, just to see what it feels like. Maybe I get treated different. I don't know. Do tall people get special things that I don't get because I'm only 5'7"?
I mean, when I go into stores, I get the full service treatment. It's only the stores where I don't have to duck or anything like that.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know where I'm going with that either. So that's two of us.
If we're qualifying, if I'm going to be 6 foot and taller and bald, I'll take that. Something different.
Okay. All right.
Let's rock with that. I mean, I like having hair. I have very thick, wavy, curly hair.
Yeah.
That I love.
Oh, you'll have a hell of a fucking mustache if you were bald, though.
Ooh, I would look like
you probably do
Bronson.
the whole beard and everything.
Oh yeah, like Kratos. I would look like Kratos. That's right. The look I would go for if I were Diesel like that. It's badass.
Oh, okay. If you were Diesel, I got you.
Yeah. No, not like just me 6 foot. Like I don't look like Kratos. Don't get it twisted. Kratos.
Yeah, because like if I committed, I mean, I always have a beard. I can't do
Puerto Rican Kratos.
I can't do like the really long hair. I've done it a couple of times, but it always gets like real aggravating to me because my hair isn't like yours, where it just like kind of like falls and you can comb it and shit and like and put it in a ponytail, I like my shit froze out. Like I have that type of hair, so it's not fun for me. There's a really long awkward period before you can actually like all that hair doesn't go in a ponytail.
I'm on the tail end. I'm on the tail end of that awkward period, like 3-4 more months, and I'll be past that. But like you said, like if I get out of the shower and I don't do anything, it doesn't go down, bro. It's so thick and wavy that it'll go out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my shit definitely goes out. And if I put anything in there, it gets like curly, and then you have that weird wet curly look all day. And
Jerry
that's
curls,
not a
baby.
good look either.
Bring the Jerry curls back. The soul glow.
If I could find like a hairstyle that I could do with my hair growing out, then I'll do it. But
braids. I feel like braids. I think.
But to get to the point where you braid
his hair,
it's a long awkward period because I had the braids on the top. Remember?
Yeah. I do remember that vaguely.
I did, but the only reason I got as far as I did with that is because I found someone who could braid the smallest amount of hair. And I don't know. I can't get in contact with that person. I don't know where she went.
I'll hit her up. What's her contact
she would
info?
actually. It's weird because she would actually use like weave hair to catch the hair that I had because it wasn't long enough. But it was pretty long, and she would just use that extra hair to catch it and then make braids out of it. So that's the only real reason why I had it for so long, because she was hooking it up. If I could find her again, I'd be growing my shit today.
Michaela can do some dope braids. I think I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna have her hook my shit up.
Yo, if you come in with some cornrows, bro.
I would never, ever fucking come on this podcast with braids. I would never hear the end of it, bro. There would be screenshots. It would be the
I want to
worst.
see the cornrows,
bro. Cornrows. I'm not even like if you came with cornrows, bro. You'd be killing it, bro.
No, stop. Don't you even
unless you look corny as fuck. Unless you look corny as fuck. And then you would know right away, like, yo, I'm not coming onto the pod with this. I'm taking this shit out right now.
Braids.
It'll just be my audio from here on out, son. There'd be no
with some fucking seashells on the end and shit.
Oh man.
Like Stella Dave got his groove back.
Like Michael B. Jordan in The Wire.
Ooh. Corny as a motherfucker.
Oh man. All right. We all answered the question, right? What's
we got next? All right, last one. Would you have sex with a dead person for 5 minutes if you get your laundry magically done and folded for the rest of your life? By the way, I did not find these questions. These were all pulled from the notes. So sure. I do not know where they came from. And I was ill prepared today, so we're getting a little wild.
Yeah.
Laundry sucks. Let's get it. Don't get it twisted. Laundry sucks
horribly. Yo, laundry is the worst.
How dead?
I would say I'll give you within 12 hours.
Ooh.
Shit. I might actually do this.
Yeah, no, this isn't like some body farm shit where they're like seeing what maggots do to corpses. Like it's
not digging
pretty fresh.
Anybody up.
No,
a freshie. No one's even found her yet.
You got a freshen.
Fuck. Yo,
no laundry.
My mind is telling me that I want to say no. But
your body.
Correct.
But my body is lazy as fuck.
Word.
Oh, man.
Whew. You can pick the position. You can mold them however you want them to be.
Bro. Oh, man. Bro, there's no way. There's just no, like, I'm trying to think, like, could I actually go through with it. There's no way, bro. Oh,
you don't even have to bust. Just 5 minutes of honest trying.
5 minutes is a lot of fucking.
You can't fart either. You can't fart either when you come.
5 minutes of honest trying to fuck a dead body just so that my laundry is done.
And folded. Doing laundry is easy. It's the folding that sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get it. Do you guys have any answers on this?
Do I get to pick the cadaver? Like, can I like look at a lineup of like dead chicks and be like, that one was probably the hottest?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay.
You could pick it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes laundry can be cathartic. Honestly, when you're folding clothes, so I think I'll just fold my shit. Like, yeah. I probably couldn't even get a bone for a dead chick, even if she was super hot. Be weird.
Honestly, bro, I've seen like because I think I've told you before.
Seen dead bitches, and they were not that hot. Is that where you're going?
No,
with this?
I was going with that. Yeah, I've seen because I think I told you before in PR they have like in the news they show dead bodies.
Crazy PR.
And I saw a video when I was younger. When I was like 20 or something, I saw one of those videos, and vividly in my mind, I remember this one girl who got murked, and her body was like on the front lawn, and I can see her body like in my mind vividly till this day in my head. And I wouldn't be able to try to fuck that. Like,
I thought you were gonna be like, she's kind of bad, even though she was laying there dead. I was thinking.
I'm just thinking like how some people would think about like how a dead body would look, and it just looks like a regular person.
Wait,
like,
what happened
motionless.
To her? How did she die?
She got shot.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, a shot up bloody body is different, like than a chick
wasn't
that had
she
like
was
a heart
bloody
attack
or anything. Like, she looked like she was intact, but her eyes were open, her tongue was like sticking out and shit.
Damn, that's
like,
vivid.
Yeah, it was vivid, and me like thinking like when I think of like a dead body, I think of
that's what you think of.
That's what I see.
That's your default.
And I'm like,
dead body.
I wouldn't be able to try to. Like the only people that try to fuck cadavers are people who are used to seeing cadavers, and then they're just unfazed by it.
Undertakers,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, or people who have murdered people like that. You know what I mean?
Dahmer.
It's not a surprise. I'm over here trying to find if there's any images online. Not a surprise that there was once a subreddit called "Cute Female Corpses."
Jesus. Are we sharing this on?
No, the subreddit was banned by Reddit.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna have to go with as convenient that would be.
It would be
not
nice.
be able to do that.
What about a dead animal? Would that be easier?
No. How would that be easier?
Okay, that's fair. I'm just throwing it out there. I wanted to see what you guys said. If that was there, I feel like Joaquin like looked up and back and to the left, like he was thinking about it. So,
No, that was more of a why would a dead animal be better? Like we're like, oh, yeah, fuck a deer.
Oh, a skunk.
No problem.
Sure. I'll fuck a dead skunk to get my laundry done.
Why not?
No.
I can't do it. I wouldn't be able.
That's
to
fair.
do it.
Okay, good.
You see, like, this is.
He's looking up actual
boring
dead
my
girls
brain.
right
He's
now.
trying to find a super hot
not good
dead
for
chick.
my brain. All the photos are of like gruesome murders, right? So like,
yeah.
And like Wak was saying, you know, this lady in Puerto Rico that was tragically killed when he was young. That was probably not a good looking scene, right?
Nope.
But you know, hot chick dies of a heart attack.
Heart attack, yeah, that's my go-to because your body's intact.
Stroke.
Everything's good.
You know, everything's just about the same. Dry as fuck. So that would be tough. You need.
No,
shit
I
ton
hear
of glue.
I hear
that.
that.
There's
I hear that.
There's stuff for that. Yeah. Oh, it
natural
stays lubricated
lubricants
for a
are
while.
good for a good while.
You hear that?
I hear when chicks are about to die,
Where do you hear that?
they poop and they get super wet at the same time. So that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
where you're going. I knew it. I
don't recall that from the episodes of Law and Order that I've seen.
It was from Bones.
Yeah, they're not.
You gotta watch
They're
Bones.
not going to tell you.
Okay.
They're not going to tell you that. Actually,
I watch a lot of Bones.
I
by
know
the
you
way.
watch. Pause.
Pause. I haven't been able to recently. No reason to explain that, but yeah.
No.
Anyways, this is tough, man, because laundry fucking sucks.
Laundry is the worst, yo.
It is.
Laundry's it's just like my laundry only, or like the family laundry.
I mean, if you have a family, it's family laundry. If you're a single dude, it's single dude
everyone.
laundry.
Man, that's a lot of fucking laundry. Mm-hmm. Washed and folded.
Imagine the time you would save just for 5 minutes of dead body fucking over a lifetime.
And in your townhouse, bro, like how like where's your laundry?
Yo, you see
How
that
many
door?
flights
That
of
door
stairs?
behind me? Right outside of that is to the left is a door with the washer and dryer stacked on top of each other, bro. Like,
Oh, see, so you're good.
I'm good. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. It's
I don't have to fuck a dead chick.
more convenient, but you still have to do
No, there's
the
still,
laundry.
yeah, absolutely. There's still time. There's a time commitment there for sure, but it's just a little more convenient as opposed to living in an apartment where if you have shared laundry, or even in my house that I had, the laundry was in the basement.
Yeah, yeah.
And that shit's got to go up to the fucking second floor eventually. So like, some work has to be put in.
For sure. Oh, man.
What do you say, Johnny? You're the only one teetering on in this one.
He's really having a tougher time than
he
I
really
think he
is.
should be having with this right now.
That's
what's
though.
concerning to me.
Oh, because I'm highly considering it. Highly.
Laundry
than
sucks,
12 hours.
bro. It's horrible.
You have your pick of the cadavers.
Maybe not now, because like I just have less life left. But if I was like in my 20s, you can't get a STD from a corpse, can you?
I'm not a doctor. I can't say for sure.
know.
I would think, depending on how dead it was, if that bacteria has died
well, you're
off.
saying like within 12 hours, it's still juicy enough.
I'm hoping it is.
That would be so tough, but I think
Yeah,
I
let me also throw in there that there is no validity to what I said. I'm just throwing shit out.
Yeah, no, chicks don't get super wet when they die. That's not a fact.
yeah.
That's not I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to.
You're still. I mean, you're
Spit it out.
Well, body's still warm because it wasn't. Rigor mortis hasn't even set in yet. I might have to say yes. Not today though. But
Laundry
if this was,
sucks, though.
if this was my 20s or 30s, I think I might have to agree.
See, you're saying this, and I was gonna preface this too. Like, I take care of my own laundry, and so it's like that's a pain in the ass. But if my girl knew that this was an option, she would be like, "Yo."
She'd be like, go fuck that.
If all of
dead
our
bitch
laundry
right
is
now.
taken care of for life and folded, motherfucker, you better
get
figure
out
it
of
out.
it.
You better
Gear
get that.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, you better figure this whole thing. Same thing with you. you're like, not today, but when I was, let Joyce hear that question. She'd be like, bro, you better shut up and nut up.
Yeah. I put some AirPods in, have some porn playing, flip her on her back, and have like my phone with the porn.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Laundry sucks that bad.
It does.
We do not like laundry, apparently.
Fuck laundry, man.
Yeah.
I'll fold some jeans up, fold some boxers, wrap some socks into little balls. It's not that big a deal. I'll be all right. I'll be cool.
It's only two of y'all.
And
I
little
know,
baby
I got
wear
a
clothes.
fucking family of laundry.
Yeah, Cliff doesn't wear clothes.
That's true. I mean, he has some sweaters, but we don't wash him too frequently. I'm not gonna fuck a dead chick to get him washed either. I'll just wash those things.
Oh man, and you're Gucci, man. Y'all good. I don't think y'all don't seem like the type that really give a fuck about like buying mad amounts of clothes and like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would honestly, I've bought new clothes instead of washing old clothes and just thrown them away before.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to do it.
I still have clothes from high school. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
Let's see them FUBU jeans.
That shit would not even fit me at this point. Oh man, the oldest pair, I can't even talk right now. The oldest piece of clothing that I have was a Falcons jersey and a Jeter t-shirt. It was a t-shirt when I went to a Yankees game. It was Yankees versus Red Sox, and that shit was like 4X. Both of them are like 4X, and I kept both of those. Those are the only shirts that I kept from my extremely fat days.
Well, that big clothes are back, so you'd be good.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. Those are the only the oldest pieces of clothes that I have. All right, so we're good with the questions. That's it.
Yeah, I think we should probably call it.
Before Johnny gives us any more details on what he's willing to
do. Oh my God.
What would he do for someone to cook all his meals? Jesus.
Oh my God. Nah, he's like, I already got that.
Yeah, that's Gucci.
That's Gucci.
That's all Gucci.
He doesn't need a, and we know Joyce throws down.
Throws down.
She throws down.
No need for fucking.
Not dead people.
You're right about that. All right, so here we go.
You know what it's time for. News Clips.
Oh man. Let's kick off the news. Fuck, man, this dead shit is like really laying over my head here.
Yo, yeah. Now you're not gonna unsee some of that.
Yeah, that was a mistake. First story. Our wonderful Love to Hate. Everybody loves to hate, I think, on the internet. Mr. Jake Paul finally losing his first bout. His first. He's not a heavyweight. He's like a cruiserweight, I think, right?
I don't even.
Definitely not a heavyweight.
I didn't even think they fucking weighed them in. Like,
I mean, does that shit even fucking matter? He's got official. These are official fights.
Yeah.
The last, I think, 4 of them. No, he's 9. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Tyson. I'm sorry, Tommy Fury is 9-0. I think Jake Paul's got at least like 6 professional fights. They're like officially professional sanctioned fights.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
He
gets weighed
do
in.
you have video of him being knocked down? Because I would love to see that. I didn't watch this fight. I should have. I really should have, because I really wanted to.
I tried,
see him
but I don't.
get knocked down.
Did he actually have a knockdown?
No. I thought for some reason
it was a TKO. They called it.
It wasn't even a TKO. It was a split decision.
Oh, I thought it was a TKO. I read TKO on Twitter.
Wait, hold on. I thought all of his fights though were exhibitions.
No, he stopped exhibition fighting at least 5 or 6 fights ago.
Okay,
I want to say that's how it started. I think his first fight was like against another YouTuber, right? I think it was like the KSI fight, or maybe they're still teasing the KSI fight.
It's Logan Paul. He's trying to fight KSI now because Logan lost to him.
Yeah. It's not exhibition fights. They're
fights.
It's been a while since.
So he wasn't even like knocked down, knocked out, nothing.
I think there was one knocked down. I think they both had one knockdown. I think
I want to see this
knocked him down one time, and I think
fuck out.
Jake Paul knocked Fury down one time. But it was a split decision. One fucking judge apparently was crazy enough to think that Jake Paul won that fight. It was 2-1.
Did you watch it, Johnny? Did you watch
No, I tried to. I think I saw maybe, I don't know, 25 seconds of it before the illegal stream I was watching got shut down. It was bad. It literally, I think I got like 20 seconds of it, and I didn't get to see really much happening. Might have even been like in between rounds or something. I can't remember. It was like right before the end of a round, right at the start of a round. I can't remember. It nothing to like. I was more upset about it and upset about not being able to see it than I cared about the fight at all.
Yeah.
As always, some reason Drake likes to publicize when he bets on things.
He screenshots them
nationally.
all, bro. Puts them in his stories and shit. Yeah.
So he threw $400,000 down on Jake Paul, knocking out Tommy Fury.
Damn.
And that didn't work in his favor. I mean, $400,000 to win 1.4 million. Sure.
You got it, right?
If you got it, but nah.
Yeah.
That didn't work out for him.
I was gonna say that. $400,000 to Drake isn't anything.
No, that's nothing. That's fuck around money. That's like when I throw a $20 bet down, or it's it's whatever. Cool if I win, awesome. Like he's not crying if he loses.
That begs the question though, right? Because it was highly in his favor. That's the thing about his fights, man. I think that his fights are rigged, bro.
Well, there was the whole supposedly there was a script that leaked right before, or right I can't remember if it was before the fight or during, like in the middle of the fight. There was a script that leaked that supposedly had Jake Paul winning in the 8th round.
Okay.
But that's not how it worked out. So it makes you question the validity of whether that script is legit, or maybe things just changed.
I mean, if that script was released and, he was obviously through like the betting platforms and everything, because which we know was all legit because Drake likes to post his bets. Mm-hmm. Because of all of that, it's going to make you feel like, yo, I'm betting on Jake Paul. And he's won whether you believed it or not, he won every single fight up to this one. Right? And now when it's at its highest, this is the biggest one that I've seen anybody betting on. Right? Because it was, you said it was Tommy Fury?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah. And
little brother
everybody,
to the real Fury.
Yep, to Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
This is the most vocal I've seen anybody talking about any one of his fights. A lot of people were talking about betting it, and he's won every single one, whether you agreed with it or not. He won every single fight up to this point. So,
I mean,
I don't know. I'm thinking that shit was set up, bro.
I mean, the thing with Jake Paul and Logan Paul, both of them, even when they lose, they win.
Yeah, he won $30 million for losing that fight, right?
Absolutely,
like that was the bread. Knock me out for $10 million. I don't give a fuck.
A man was getting like 60% of the pay-per-view fucking royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't matter.
It's a job.
And he knows that people love to hate him, so it's almost like it's. Even though it's a officially sanctioned fight, it's still not like they're not fighting for a belt. You know what I mean? There's no reason that so many people should pay $50 to watch this fight on ESPN pay-per-view, but they did, and he's still making fucking bank off of it, not including the the purse that he wins from, that he gets just from fighting. Like, I think his purse was like $3.5 or $4 million just to fight. And on top of that, getting, 60% of the pay-per-view funds. Fuck it. I'll take the licks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is if we have all of these people, whether you're a hater or not, right? It's extremely talked about. The press was there for this fight. We had Drake putting in his bet. We had Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports talking about how he thinks Tommy is gonna win. Right?
Did he wager something, David Portnoy?
I don't know if he wagered anything.
He's always betting. I'm sure he bet something. I don't remember seeing a screenshot of it.
Well, I'm sure he bet something because, Barstool, hello.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he put it out there. I don't know
if he had publicly, wagered something as well. The way, Jake's brother, Logan, wagered his whole, his stake in Prime.
Yeah, stake in Prime. Yep.
Which... he hasn't made any public comments about that shit.
Just that tweet I sent you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. That was it.
That seemed like he was just fucking around.
My point on that is that there was a lot more talk about this fight, and there was a lot more at stake. And yes,
because it's his first real boxer that he's fighting.
Correct. Yeah. Jake Paul was just set up to he was just set up properly for all of this to make money. And what did he have to lose other than making sure he was, and obviously there's no validity to it.
Right.
But yeah, losing, having one judge vote against him to lose the fight. I don't know. It seems fishy to me, but whatever. Something I'll never be able to confirm, but just seems fishy to me that he was people were betting for him. A lot more people were talking about this fight.
You think he took a dive? Is that what we're going with this?
I think it was set up, but there's
like
no
WWE.
way to tell.
These feel like WWE.
It kind of is. It kind of is. These are this is fucking YouTuber.
They're taking falls and they're getting hit, but at the end of the day, that shit's scripted like a motherfucker.
He's fighting has-been fucking UFC fighters, right? The first time he gets a boxer, and he's not even like the top boxer, but granted he's a boxer, and it came down to a decision. Whatever, I don't know. I don't trust these guys. These dudes are on top of making money. They could stand to make more money.
Who can't?
By betting on themselves, betting against themselves. But whatever. I don't know. I just don't trust it, man. These are entertainers.
That shit's scripted, and people are betting on this shit. You can't place bets on WWE. That's some wild
people do that shit too.
Those are some wild accusations you're throwing out. People do that shit too. And you know what?
And you never find out until years later. It's now that you could subscribe and get some of those WWE backstories that for us is holy shit. That's so dope to see that or hear that. Mm-hmm. Because when we watched it, that was you just had to believe what was in front of you.
You were in the moment.
Yeah, you were absorbed in the story. But now they're talking about how for this match, this is what was supposed to go down, and very last minute, it's the person who didn't win was surprised that didn't go as planned, because
we're talking about the Montreal screw job here. Is that what we're going
I'm just
with
saying,
this?
in general,
okay.
I can't pinpoint a specific wrestling thing, but Danny tells me all the time, and not only that, but the videos are coming out. Where if for some reason the WWE decided that this person was no longer going to be the face, and he was ready, he was ready to do whatever he was supposed to do, and then they decided on the other end that this is how it was going to end up for whatever fucking reason, and he's fucking surprised. And that happened to Bret the Hitman Hart because he's been against the WWE for decades because of some shit like that. Because they want he was too cocky and they wanted him off the mantle, so they fucked him over. It's shit like that. I'm just saying, like, there's really not much of a difference between whatever fucking Jake Paul is doing and people are like betting. Doesn't surprise me that he lost. But, whatever. That's just me being Wack Jr.
Wack Jr.
Yeah.
On your
my dad, the conspiracy theorist. So, I always got to be like, there's something fishy about that. That was weird. Yeah, Michael Jackson was sitting in the crowd. That means that it's going to,
The apple never,
this whole
never
thing
falls far.
Facts.
Yeah. So, anyway. I think
all right, moving along.
That shit was bullshit.
Bullshit.
Well, what we don't know if it's bullshit or not yet. At least hasn't been confirmed, but spreading like fire today. Is your boy Pete, the God Davidson, is doing it again. He's completing the clutch of the Infinity Gauntlet. They're saying he's dating Ice Spice. I don't know, but
I heard it was
going
bullshit.
wild.
I did hear that was bullshit. So
I'm not going
to get too heated, but it's plausible. It might be bullshit, but it's plausible. That's the thing.
My guy has brought down
100%.
He has thrown down on some elite celebrity status.
Bro, when you start at Kate Beckinsale, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, he moved his way to Kim K. Like, what?
Facts.
Yeah, so Ice Spice.
For not a one night.
It's kind of a drop off, honestly. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, that should have been the top. Like, how do you go beyond that? Go for the hottest chick right now.
Yeah.
In the game.
At that point, you have all of the hottest chicks in Hollywood throwing themselves at you because they're trying to figure out what it is.
He was just with an Asian chick, bro. This is the fucking racial fucking gauntlet.
Yeah.
He's insane.
He's
insane.
I would not be surprised if in, let's say, 50 years from now or 100 years from now that half of the population has Pete Davidson's DNA.
Like Genghis Khan? He's like Genghis Khan, where like 3% of the population have Pete Davidson DNA.
Right. Yo. It's either him,
But he's not fathering any kids, at least. But look at this. Carly Aquilino in 2015.
Carly Aquilino. Okay,
Cassie
so he's starting low on
for
the total.
2016. That's the start. That's
right.
the start.
It's not a good.
Then he hits Ariana Grande.
Okay.
For like a year or so they were together. Then Kate Beckinsale. Margaret Qualley.
Ooh, Margaret Qualley, really?
Kaya Gerber.
They're surprising you, Dave.
Like this, my man is just hitting models after models.
Margaret Qualley's fine, bro.
And then and then of course.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
The big majors.
The majors when he hits the.
When he hit the majors.
When he went pro.
He went pro. I think Ice Spice is, closing. This is funny on Twitter. He closed the Infinity Gauntlet right here.
Yeah,
the last stone has been completed.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. If it's true,
If it's true.
If it's true. If not, there has to be at least like a picture that started this, and he's just hit it and quit it. Like he just one and done. Just the fact that the rumor is there means they had to be in like proximity to each other to make this rumor start.
I thought I heard something that they were doing something and it went late into the night and then they both left together in the same car. And that's what triggered the rumors.
They were doing something until
doing
late
something
in the night.
like filming something.
A project of some
they
sort.
were working on a project. And then when they left together in the same car, and that's enough to spark rumors nowadays.
We know my guy is a munch, and she's a supporter of munches, so
Facts.
Yeah. So, munch away, bro. Munch away. We're all with you.
Munch away, bro.
I've given up on being a Pete Davidson hater.
We gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah,
probably
I'm hoping
100
that
episodes ago, bro. We've been a proponent of Pete for at
I'm
least
hoping
a
that
year
this is
now.
true. I'm hoping this is just another notch on the on the old belt. Yeah, just do you, bro. You do you, bro. Hey, we support you, Pete.
We support Pete.
We support Pete.
We support
Big facts.
Pete.
Oh shit! All right, what do you all think about this? This is I saw this week and I was like, would I ever do this? A cruise line for $13,000 is selling a 116-day around the world cruise. Would y'all? I mean, assuming we had $13,000 to blow, would you do that? Would you sit on a cruise for 116 days? That's like 3.5 months.
I don't like open water, so I'm an anti-cruise guy. I really would avoid it. Even a normal like Caribbean cruise, honestly, I probably wouldn't fuck
like
with.
a 7-day?
Yeah, no, I've seen way too many movies and watched, too many.
Yeah.
There was like
too
that
many
cruise
Discovery
story. Do you guys
Channel
remember?
shit.
There was a bunch of cruise ships where they get stricken by like the stomach bug, bro, and everyone's just puking
everyone's
and
just
shitting
trapped.
for days. Yeah, they can't go anywhere. Like I feel like if I were to go on a cruise, that would happen to me, and my shit would be fucked up. And I have a fear of open water. God forbid the shit went down and I'm just floating in the Atlantic, fucking like Jack and Rose. Nope, can't do it. That shit terrifies me, bro. So I wouldn't go. But if I didn't have that sounds tight. Just, if you have that money to blow and that time to take off of whatever it is that you're doing for 116 days, why not? Like an old retired couple who's just sitting at home all the time and shit. They probably got some retirement bread stocked up. See the fucking world. That's tight. But
I need more information. I need more information on this.
I don't.
Like what am I doing in the 160? Is this 160 days of just on the water? Like as you just go from one
probably
point.
Stop into cities and ports and you get out and explore and meet back at the ship, and that's just a long time of making sure you don't miss your fucking shit.
50 destinations across 21 countries and 5 continents.
Tight. That sounds tight.
That does. I would do it.
Let's see. You get some overnight stays in Rio, Chile. Have the option to begin in either Rome, France, or Spain. Then you go to Morocco and Cape Verde. You cross the Atlantic. You spend 10 days in South America. Then there's overnight in Rio. You go to Argentina, the southern point of South America. Then you go to the South Pacific for 2 weeks. You island hop. You go to French Polynesia, Easter Island. New Zealand. You go 19 days in Australia.
I can
There's
do it.
a lot of shit going on here. Thailand,
I can do it.
Singapore, Egypt.
What about the time zones? Just like on your body, bro. Like that's gotta fuck you up.
You think so?
I think so. Just
I don't know,
going
you're
from like New
sailing,
York to
so it,
California fucked me up for a couple weeks.
Yeah, but you're living
like,
by.
You're flying, so you're doing it like fast. If you're sailing, like I feel like you probably get accustomed to it more easily. No, I don't know.
So I can do it if my room doesn't have a window. If like I have a suite in there with no window, no nothing, like I just like I feel like I can ignore if there's some movement and shit, like I could possibly like get past it. I've seen the videos where people have like those windows and they're like on the lower deck, like even if it's not on the lower deck, but when there's a storm or like the waves get crazy and they're just like getting under,
comes up to the window,
that,
like the window gets
see
covered with water.
That would fuck with me.
That would fuck you up.
That would fuck me up. But if it's like I'm just below deck, I don't see what's going on the outside. I think I could survive that. Like I could last. Like I'll be good. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it does say 57 of the days would be at sea with no port of call. So
see,
at
so
least 57 days out of those 160 16 or whatever.
See, but that's even better. That's even better. Out of 116, only 56 of the days are at sea. I think I'd be done.
Half of them. I mean,
that's almost half of them. I thought that was a majority.
Less than half. Yeah.
Would be at sea.
Okay, so that's better than you were thinking. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's better than what I thought. Like, I'm good with that.
I don't know. It's just, I think a lot of those days is like, especially, I can't imagine like the Pacific Ocean crossing. Like, there ain't shit out there. Like, you're just looking at water.
You go down, you're fucking Gilligan's Island if you're lucky.
But you're on a cruise ship. You're not paying attention to what's out on the sea. You're like at a bar. You're at a
movie theater, roller coasters and shit.
No need to go outside to see that I'm in the middle of the. I would avoid that shit like the fucking plague, just to be in the oasis of, unless shit actually is like going down, and like that would be the only way that I would even be aware that I'm trying to do everything other than hang out outside, see the fucking, just the vastness of the fucking, like, nothing on every, I'm not trying to look at any of that.
Sharks.
They got a bowling alley, they got a mini golf course, they got a movie theater.
Yeah, see, movie theater, clubs,
casino.
I'd be focusing on all that other shit.
A 4D theater.
Damn.
I'd be focusing on all of that shit.
4D, you know, that's like when they like spray you with water and shit.
Right. You smell the farts in the movie.
You smell the farts. You feel the orgasms.
Ooh, damn! A little hand comes out and just jerks you off. All right, I'll take the cruise. I'll take the cruise if there's jerking off in the theaters.
Oh man,
those are special theaters. Private rooms.
Only in Europe. Only when you're in European waters.
I'm kind of with Dave. Like, my biggest concern is the stories that I've heard of.
There's a lot.
Toilets not working, like just they stop working, and then no one can take a shit through the whole fucking. Like, no one's sick.
A lot. It's a lot.
You just can't shit.
Or
you can, and you just toss it over the edge into the ocean.
You shit over the edge.
And the other is, I think I haven't done any research on this. I think it happens more often than not, though. Rogue waves. I'm deadly afraid of rogue waves, just smashing into. So rogue waves is like these giant tidal waves that just randomly happen in the middle of the ocean and smash into cruise ships. I'm good on that. I don't want to. I mean, that's like my 100%
waves
anti-cruise thing ever. What happens with them?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
scary as fuck. That's what happens. Yeah,
it's scary as fuck. Exactly. I'm pretty sure it's worse than turbulence in the air.
I mean, worst case, it flips the fucking boat, bro.
Yeah, worst
knocks
case.
That shit over.
Yeah.
Best case, it's fucking scary as a bitch.
It rocks the shit out of that boat. Yeah. I'm not trying to be on a fucking in a dining room and watch all the tables slide to the left like I'm on the fucking Titanic.
You're in your 4D theater, and there's some real waters coming in that bitch because there's.
And you're like, oh, this SpongeBob movie is crazy.
You're in Bikini Bottom, drowning, and then you're dead.
Let me ask a question, right? Because both are scary as fuck. Would you rather be on a plane that's going down, or a cruise ship that is slowly taking in water?
A plane,
and
100%. I hit the fucking ground. I blow up. I'm dead. I don't feel shit. I am not drowning in a big ass fucking ocean.
There is a chance that the pilot that you have lands in the fucking ocean, and you are now floating on a fucking plane, and you have to sit on the wing.
I mean,
that is true.
If I get to sit on a wing, I just don't want to be in the water. Like, if the plane is floating, I could just be on the plane.
You're sitting on a plane that has crashed. Right? And you have to get out of the fucking physical plane. You're now sitting on the wing that is in the middle of the fucking ocean, bro.
I'd at least feel better that like my feet aren't kicking around and shit. Like if I could just be on something, that would be better. Not ideal by any means.
As long as the fact that the plane is just still floating.
Right. I don't want to be
give you
just
some
fucking
comfort.
bobbing around in the fucking water waiting for the fucking great whites to come and pull me down one by one.
I mean, it's all a bad situation.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to go down into shit.
I don't know. I don't know which one I would prefer to be on, but the thought of an airplane just going plummeting, and is that quick?
I mean, quicker than drowning.
No, it's not.
Well,
the entire time that you're falling, you are just feeling like.
I mean, if that shit nosedives though, and you're just going down, that shit's gonna explode, and you're fucked. I don't want to experience that. Like that shit. That is more nerve-wracking to me than
scary. That's like a scary way to die. Like you're screaming the entire way down. There's no way.
I'm at peace.
No?
At that point.
You're just chilling?
If it's just going down like that, if we're fucking nosediving into something, you have no choice but to just be
You're not even going to be like, what can we do to stop this?
No, not at all. No, it's not like, there's a terrorist with a gun and you could be like, all right, let's fucking gang up on him and get him. Like, that shit's going fuck down, bro. Like, you're done.
I'd rather take my chances with the cruise ship.
Okay, Speed 2. No,
I'm not. I didn't say that I would fucking commandeer the shit and like try to navigate it to safety.
Who was the dipshit? Who took over for Keanu Reeves in Speed 2?
Oh my god,
fucking asshole! Fuck him. Whoever took that role, he's some dipshit too. I know. As soon as you say the name, I'm gonna be like, fuck this asshole. You should have just
Jason Patrick.
If Keanu doesn't
Jason
want
Patrick.
it, I'm good. Jason Patrick.
Yep. Cruise
Actually,
control.
I don't hate Jason Patrick, but still, that's a fucked up role to take.
I love that Keanu is the top build for part 1, and then Sandra Bullock is top build for 2.
Yeah, I mean that tracks.
It does track, but still, it's like it followed Sandra Bullock instead of anyway.
Surprised Willem Dafoe didn't get top billing. Anyway, yeah,
Jason.
Okay.
Jason Patrick. Nah, I can't say fuck Jason Patrick because of Lost Boys. I love Lost Boys.
I liked Narc, but it was nah.
I didn't even realize that Jason Patrick was from Lost Boys. He was the older brother. Yeah, it was.
I just saw that right now when I was looking him up. That's how I knew. I was like,
oh shit, yeah, that's the dude.
Lost Boys.
That is the dude.
Look at
that. Anyway, all right, yeah. What else do we have?
Last thing I got here, our boy Andrew Tate. The internet loves to love or loves to hate. Andrew Tate loses his 4th appeal. That boy I don't think he's getting out, man.
Yo, I thought, not to cut your story off, but I thought after his last, they kept him detained for 30 more days. Didn't something come out where they had some people recorded where they were setting him up and it was supposed to be bullshit? They made it seem like, oh yeah, no, this was bullshit. He's off the hook. And these Romanian courts are not fucking, they don't feel that way. So is there still something up or is he off the, okay, good.
No, so from what I'm hearing is the last I heard was that basically the judge is saying that he's still too much of a risk to allow to let go. And what they're mostly concerned about is that if he if the charges are dismissed prior, or I don't even think it's like a dismiss the charges thing. Really, it's just let the man out while he awaits trial. Mm-hmm. I believe their concern is that he will publicize the names of the 6 people that have accused him. The 6 ladies that have accused him of engaging in this activities. So yeah, he's again in custody until at least the end of March now.
Damn. Wonder what Romanian prison is like. Are they like hard asses over there, or is it like Sweden where they?
Well, I mean, if you believe his tweets, I don't know who's running his Twitter account,
right?
But they're like one of the most recent tweets was something about like someone slipped into my cell in the middle of the night and I had to show them like death or some bullshit. Like he's such a fucking whoever is managing his Twitter account is so extra, is wild.
Oh fuck. No, I hope he stays locked up forever.
Fuck for sure. Especially after this last shit that I just saw. I was watching my boy Philly DeFranco, I say my boy because I've been watching him for mad years. I don't actually know Philly, but friend of the pod, Phil DeFranco. I was watching his show I think it was today or yesterday, and he had some like old school clips of Andrew Tate on the Full Send podcast, and my man was talking about how he was making millions of dollars off of, granted, simps, right, that were giving money. So basically, he was scamming simps. My man would take beautiful women, put them in front of a camera. He says on the podcast, like, keyboards aren't even plugged in. They're just blah, 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 just typing away at the keyboard. Meanwhile, another dude is actually in the chat, chatting with the other, the dude or whatnot, getting them to send them money for these girls that are just like posing, right, scamming the shit out of them. And he's publicizing this shit as if like, I was just making millions and millions, and like if that's cool, like, bro, you're not a genius. You're just a fucking scammer. Right. Like, you're not doing nothing big here. You're just a fucking scammer, like any other scammer. You might as well just start, running social security schemes against fucking old people because it's equivalent. Like, you ain't doing nothing different.
Same
scammers. Shit. Scammers right now are they're being championed, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Even when that whole thing, what was the documentary about the scammer who was doing he was scamming women on Tinder? The Tinder swindler.
The Tinder
swindler, yeah.
Yeah. That dude, even him, like he got out of jail.
He's still swindling.
Chicks were still fucking with him. They're still fucking with him after he straight up said, "I'm swindling bitches out here." They're like,
people fuck with him more. Same thing with Tate, right? Like he has his top G fucking fan base that are just
diehard.
They're just diehard fans of whatever he is doing. They're just vouching for him left and right. Oh, everything is man. He's a fucking scammer. All of them are fucking scammers. Fuck him. Fuck all of these fucking bullshit ass scammers, because all they're really doing is taking hard-earned money from your average person, whether it be simps or whatever. But like you said, it's the same thing as taking money from
don't matter
like from an old person. Like telling them like, hey, I have your granddaughter, just because the granddaughter's name. I have your granddaughter over here hostage. Go take out X amount of fucking gift cards and shit for, right, and we'll release her. And those old people who don't know any better just do it. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit, yo. Just, he's a piece of shit. They're pieces of shit. Yo. These, like, every bag is not worth it.
Word. Listen to this fucker.
All right.
Houses, life savings, loans, all of it.
And you trick these poor guys posing as a woman, saying you need money for this and that, so eventually they can kind of, see each other and be together.
She was famousing when she was asleep. We were bringing in money for the sky. We were promising all these meetings, all these pictures outside of embassies, all the.
And then when you scam them out of their money and they get mad, you make them seem like they're the aggressive guy.
Flip it on him, and he'd get furious because we were really good at sides. Yeah, poking him to the point where we go like, "You're fucking scammer. You fucking scammed me. Get really mad. I can't believe you think I was a scammer. I was going to come. I went to the embassy. You're a fucking liar.
You're a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's a dipshit, man. And there, we said it before.
Fuck
like
that
I
top
put
game,
up
bro.
the post talking about him where we just said how he was arrested. How many people
Word
fucking responded to that post trying to defend this fucking asshole, right? And we're the dumbasses, right?
Right.
Like,
what did they say? What did they called us
of
something?
Shit.
Or there was a word that they used.
I forgot. Yeah, because it's his top G lingo, bro.
Bro,
like,
was it brokies? Was it brokies?
Yeah, brokies.
Was that
brokies?
brokies?
We're brokies. Yeah, everybody's a brokie.
Everybody's a brokie.
Everybody's a brokie who ain't making that money. But this dude is a piece of shit. He's. I didn't have to know much about him to know that he was a piece of shit. Granted, he does have there are some clips where he's talking facts, and he's a lot of people say that when he's on podcasts and he's being interviewed that this is a character that he has created, and when they actually like try to pull his card, he's obviously a smart individual, and he knows how to have that conversation, and he makes a lot of good fucking points at times. But in the end, at the end of the day, if this is how you are making your money and you're swindling people out of their hard-earned money by just a simple fact of by lying to them, and you're a piece of shit. That's it. Like whatever he
one
has,
good nugget for every 10 shits.
Right. For whatever the fuck he had, like if you're in fucking prison, bro. You're in a Romanian fucking prison. Word. I don't feel bad for you. If you make it out, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But if you're in there, good. Like, I don't give a fuck either, bro. Like, keep his fucking ass locked up. At least more people would have, they'd have their own fucking money, man. Fuck him. Mm-hmm. Fuck Andrew Tate.
Word.
Big facts.
Big facts on that.
Big facts.
That's one thing we here align on. Y'all might not. I don't know. Because there were some people tried to defend him, and man, fuck Andrew Tate. He's a piece of shit.
Word. That's all I got for the news, fellas.
All right. So you know what that means. It's time for HOLLYWOO.
HOLLYWOO.
All right, so
hello.
First thing that I want to bring up and I want to talk about, because the internet is divided here, right? So Michael B. Jordan was obviously it's his Creed 3 is his directorial debut. So there are red carpets, everything. I'm excited. I want to watch this movie. I'm probably going to grab some tickets and go see this. You know that I support Jonathan Majors as well. I think he is I don't think he's extremely established right now, but he is definitely on the come up to be like one of the leading stars in Hollywood. So I'm excited about that. But obviously with that, what comes with that is a lot of red carpet events, right? Mm-hmm. So Michael B. Jordan was on the red carpet, and there was an interviewer who came out, and, she's asking him questions, and she's the one who came out and said, yo, me and you, we go way back, right? And he called her out. He called her out on the fact that she called him corny when they were in high school. Now, where the divide is here, some people are saying that Michael B. Jordan is corny for calling her out on that. And some people are saying, nah, he's justified, because when you coming up, like, you know what I mean? Like, you remember certain shit. So I wanted to ask y'all the question on what y'all thought about it. But before we get into that, go ahead and play the clip, and then we'll discuss afterward to see is he corny for this, or is he in the right for calling her out on that?
Word. Let's see. Whoops, clicking the wrong thing.
Nah, you good.
Got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you.
All right, you can stop it. So.
Yo,
yeah,
this
so,
bitch sucks. How you gonna ask Jonathan Majors if Michael B. Jordan is the sexiest man? I love his face, like when he's staring at her, like, "Oh, word, you about to ask me questions? I know who the fuck you are."
He knows.
So what that clip didn't show, and it skipped, is immediately after he called her out, she asked a question, is it like, what was the difference on directing versus acting and stuff? And he did respond professionally at that point and answered her question, and then Jonathan Majors interrupted, and then that's when it went into that. But that little bit of call out, right? Like, is he corny for pulling that out and actually discussing that? And pulling her card, because obviously you wouldn't know that they would be in that position, right? But if she's the one who came out and was like, "Yo, yeah, we go back," right? But you called him corny, and she's saying, "Oh no, we were making fun of the name because you're Michael Jordan," you know, blah blah blah. Like, in my opinion, I'll give my opinion first, and then y'all could tell me how y'all feel about it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when you are coming up, and we are all, and we still may have difference in opinions on this stuff, right? But as of right now, we are podcasters, right? And let's bring it a little bit closer to home, right? Where we may be called corny for the things that we do and the things that we say, and we ask a lot of absurd questions, and we have fun on this podcast, and those things could be taken out of context or whatever. We are up to the public scrutiny, but when it comes closer to home, like this sounds like they went to school together, right? Yeah. And he's probably the drama kid, whereas at that point, you remember the people that really take shots, and if he brought it up, that shit, whatever the fuck she did, irked him to the point where he remembered till this day. Like, is that, like, who you will call out if they ever ask you for anything once you've made it on the come up? You know what I mean? You have your list. Obviously, like we talked about, the reason why I even asked this is our good buddy Rocco, who has fucking opinions, felt like he's corny because he's successful and he should just let that shit slide and he should just move on because he has X amount of money and he's successful now. So you need to let and I say bullshit, bro. I have a list of people that if when we make it, if they ask me for a favor, I'm calling them out on their bullshit. And I'm gonna let you know, like I may still fuck with you, but I'm still gonna call you out on the fact that you was a piece of shit at one point or another. And I have some people that I have a lot of people that it wouldn't even bother me. But is he corny for making this? I don't think he's corny for that. I think someone that struck a nerve at some point in his young life came up to him and asked him for an interview, and he had to call out that you called me corny, but now you're asking me for a fucking interview.
I don't think it's corny that he did it. Would I have done it the same way he did? Probably not, but I definitely would have called her out. I probably wouldn't have called her out.
Not publicly?
Not publicly. I probably would have. I mean, because, man, my man is not only like a major actor, but he's also directing this fucking movie. Like
I feel you.
He's a big fucking deal, right?
And that's why people are calling him out for it. But that's also why he's like, oh, you called me corny though.
Exactly.
And
so
now
like,
now
I don't
big
think
deal.
he's wrong to call her out, right? Like, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that are gonna say he's wrong. He's not in the wrong. It's just not how I would have handled it. But I don't think he's wrong for it because, I mean, my man is a big fucking deal, right? And on top of all of that, like, you're at my, not just like my, like I'm acting in this movie. You're here because of me. Like, this movie wouldn't exist if I didn't do this. And look who's here. On top of that, he's probably gone through like 50 plus interviews before the red carpet, right? In promotions. You're tired of hearing the same bullshit ass questions over and over. Yeah. You probably know who's on media row all ahead of time, right? So your publicist has told you these are all the people going to be here. He looks at the list. I know that bitch. You're thinking in your head, if this bitch tries to ask me a question, I'm going to have to blow her up. Again, me being me, I probably would have just answered the questions, and then I would have had this similar smirk the whole time. And then once camera's cut and I move to the next person, before I move to the next person, I'd be like, by the way, like, I remember all the bullshit you said. This is the last time you're going to be on the red carpet, by the way.
So you felt like he should have been the bigger person and just like kind of let it.
I mean, I'm still not being a bigger person because I still would have cut her down. I just wouldn't cut her down on camera. But again, I'm not doing, 50, 60, 70. I mean, my man has probably done like 300 interviews, 500 interviews over the lifetime of his career. At some point, you just like don't give a fuck about these media journalists, right? These
no, you normally don't. But media. That bitch in high school that you was probably feeling at the time
could have been.
She called you corny, and that was the extent of it. Because he could have, if he really wanted to be an asshole, he could have gotten to that point. Said, "Oh, I remember you called me corny, yeah, blah blah blah," and then ended it.
Yeah,
and really been a fucking asshole, but I don't think he was that much of an asshole.
Oh, the corny guy, right? Yeah, the corny guy. No, I heard it. Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool.
Yeah, and then we moved the fuck on because immediately after that he did move the fuck on, answered her questions. And then she had that moment with Jonathan Majors.
I got no problems with what he did.
No, I have no problems with that either. I don't feel like he shut her down. I don't feel like he really because he could have really told her like how he felt, and it could have been something way bigger. And he's not that stupid, but still, it's just to be like, yo, yeah, like I remember you called me corny. She was like, oh, it was misconstrued. No. I remember that.
That wasn't me.
You definitely said it. Anyway, let's move on.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I have two paths that I instantly thought of if that were to happen to me. And the one is obviously the high road. Like, this bitch is interviewing you. You've already won. Like, you're Michael B. Jordan, and she's who I don't even know what this chick's name is. She's got a microphone in my face.
Nobody does.
You right, exactly. That's the point. Nobody does. Like, he's already got it, whether she called him corny or not. And so you do the interview, you're professional, you move on, and at that point, like, I don't even know if you call her out. I think it would be worse. I think she wants you to acknowledge that you knew her from your past. She's now linked to Michael B. Jordan because if you just do your fucking interview and move on, you're just some other, like, who the fuck are you? You're one of the 50,000 interviewers that he's done in his entire life.
She said, "Oh, we got history."
Yeah, right. No, exactly. That's what tells me. I fucking you take the. I'm like, oh, dude, I would blow it off. Honestly, make her look like a dick.
School?
What?
Word? That's what I probably.
Oh
been
yeah,
like,
no, right, like yeah,
you
just
went
play
to
out
high
like yep. Oh, for real?
I don't remember you.
I don't. Oh, I have to check the
That's
yearbook.
all good, anyways.
Right. Yeah, it's just player like that. And I mean, that's not really
cool.
even technically taking the high road. Like, even if you just did a normal, a normal interview, you downplay whatever she says and you move the fuck on. But then part of me is petty as fuck. And I know that if someone did me dirty like that, even if it was something that you remember, and we all have people that we remember, like, not only am I going to call them out, on the air during the interview, like, I'm not even going to be professional and answer questions afterward. Like, I'm going to move on to the next person. Like, you're getting played because you deserve it. And like that in itself would probably be a story. There would be somebody that caught it on video and they're like, yeah, weird interaction with Michael B. Jordan and this, So like, I think I'm going to take the petty route, honestly. Like if it was somebody that did me like that, even though I could take the high road and I've already won. Why?
So you delivering the corny line like he did, and then being like, yeah, no, I remember, and then just walking to the next person.
I'm all set. Either like I'm all set, I'm good, no thing. Just start doing the next interview, and then with that next interview, man, I would give them fucking everything I had. I'd be fucking charming as a motherfucker. Yeah, I would get, that's just petty me. That's how I do.
So
it.
yeah, no, and
fair.
you are definitely the Petty Jenkins of this fucking
petty mayonnaise. Petty mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Facts.
And we love you for that.
I love it.
So it turns out, so I was reading a little bit more about this whole situation, and it turns out she has a podcast where she came out and said that she was hoping to get this interview with Michael B. Jordan, and she was discussing with her friends on the podcast how they would make fun of him for his name. And
then why the fuck did she downplay that shit?
Was
like,
nice,
no, you're
Guy.
misremembering.
He was a nice, corny guy, quote unquote, about it, and he happened to listen to that podcast.
Oh,
probably
so it wasn't
because
even
she
in high school that they called him corny.
She did go to
she knew him from high school.
No, but I'm
she
saying
knew him from
when
high
she
school.
called him corny was on the podcast.
Correct. Yes.
And he heard the podcast.
And he called her out on her bullshit.
I'm still petty on that.
Yeah. Like you got to be like if honestly, if we came up to or when, I'm not even going to say when, but I'm not even going to say if, I'm going to say when we get to an opportunity when we talk to our guy, Pete Davidson.
I was going to say, he could
call
us
in
out.
some situation, and he happens to listen to that episode because I think we the title had to do with Pete Davidson, right?
I'm pretty sure it did, yeah.
So if he went back to that catalog and started and he pulled that out and be like, yo, bro, you went deep. You need to listen to this episode and this episode because since then we said, yo, we can't even hate on this dude anymore. But he'd be well in his right
bro. 180
to he'd be well in his right to
for sure
to call us out on that bullshit.
Facts.
So if you're gonna be talking shit on podcasts, especially if you're in a position to fucking interview these people, yo, you better start talking nice.
If you're actual media, you need to be careful what the fuck you say on a podcast. That's what that is.
Take mental notes because we don't we don't take our own advice here on Insensitive Culture. But at some point, somebody might call us out on our bullshit. But we
get what's coming to us, right? That's what happens.
That's what happens.
These 154 episodes.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I said in the earlier episodes. We talk shit about a lot of people, honestly.
Yes.
But anyway,
random.
that was the big debate. That was the big debate whether he was corny or not for calling her out. And I say, nope.
Hell no.
Fuck it.
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. What else do we have? Warner Brothers. Pulling this up here. So we've been talking a lot about Warner Brothers, and especially like with The Flash. There's been a lot of talk about The Flash since the latest trailer during the Super Bowl. I think it's very telling right now that Warner Brothers believes in The Flash so much that they are going to premiere the movie 2 months earlier at CinemaCon.
I did see that.
Really?
Yeah. They're the first thing I thought was, how the fuck do we get onto CinemaCon? Like we need to be there for these things.
Where is?
But apparently that is
where is that?
Well, it's a conference for theater owners, I believe. And as far as from what I've read, but I think it's very telling though that 2 months before it actually drops, they are willing to show this movie. Nice. They're willing to show this movie to a good amount of audience that could fucking tear this shit down if it's that bad. Bro.
I mean, if you got a big dick, you want to whip that shit out, right?
You want to whip it out as much as you want, as much as you can, bro.
Right.
And I think they're whipping their dicks out, and the fact that they want to do it 2 months earlier, 2 months prior to when it drops, I think it's very telling, man. And I've been saying it from the beginning, bro. Like the fact that they didn't drop this fucking movie because of all of Ezra Miller's crazy fucking, exploits and shit. It tells me that they know that they have something that is going to bank. And the changes, James Gunn has already came out and said he loves the movie, and I'm sure they've already changed the things that he wanted to change. But this is making me more excited for The Flash, bro. And I've never been this excited for anything other than like a Batman flick.
Batman,
as far as DC goes.
And Joker, Batman and Joker, those two. I feel like I've been the most excited for ever. I mean, I don't get excited for them, so I remember those two.
Right. And for a Flash,
right, for a character.
The fuck do I care about the fucking Flash, bro?
Yeah, even like in the Justice League movie, it was like, oh, there's the Flash, and now he's like trying to carry this fucking franchise and this universe into something else. It's crazy. It's crazy.
After
taking a family hostage in Hawaii, yeah, Ezra Miller's wild.
Taking
bro.
a fucking
his exploits.
Hostage.
He called them exploits.
Yeah.
My man's exploits in Hawaii.
He took a family hostage in Hawaii. He attacked people at a karaoke bar. He created
his
a cult.
Shenanigans. Ezra's shenanigans.
Created a cult.
He groomed.
He robbed people.
Someone.
Assaulted people. For playing the music from Lady Gaga.
Someone. There's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
a lot of exploits there.
A lot of exploits, which everyone gave zero fucks about once that trailer dropped, and they got to see Michael Keaton's old ass in the Batman. Which, by the way,
hit me.
I'm down for. But you can see his old ass face in that mask, like, bro, you shouldn't be Batman right now.
Yeah.
That was my thought. I'm like, yo, you the OG, and I respect it, and all that, but fuck, you look old in that costume.
Yeah.
That's like 50.
You look older than the old Batman that we've seen in Batman Beyond.
Well, because he didn't don the fucking costume. He was an old brittle Batman.
You're right.
Yeah. But we see the wrinkles in your chin area, bro.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
It looks rough. This is why they canceled Batgirl.
What fear are you striking in the night with that look?
No, and with the Flash, like, I accept it, and this is why I'm 1,000 fucking % happy that they canceled Batgirl, because why would you want to prolong that? Like I'm down for this movie, but why are we seeing another movie where he continues to wear the costume and it's not just being like the mantle isn't being passed on? Like, no, we get one movie and then pass that shit the fuck on. So I'm glad that they canceled the fucking Batgirl or Batwoman or whatever the fuck that movie was. That shit was gonna be trash. and they knew it. That's why they canceled that shit. Anyway, but I'm glad we are all in agreement that, like, even though all of that shit looks amazing and Michael Keaton, once we get past it, like, that motherfucker looked old in that bat suit talking about, I am Batman.
We all look older than we did in '89.
I mean, facts.
We better.
It's like shit. It was tough.
We better.
It was a tough watch that we all didn't want to fucking admit to until now. All right, so we know that Disney has been making some changes. Remember a while back, they talked about quality over quantity, and a lot of shows are no longer on the schedule, right, on the slate for 2023 and moving forward. We're like, all of that is being moved along. But what's good right now, and this is a rumor currently, is that, and we don't know where exactly it falls on the schedule or the slate right now because it hasn't been announced. But the rumor is that Shang Chi 2 and Eternals 2 has been added to their internal production calendar.
Oh.
Which I'm excited for, because it's about fucking time that we start to connect something. All of phase 4 was creation. Fucking end credit scene
phase 1
after end credit scene, and no fucking connection.
Yeah.
So it's like, what happened with any of these questions? Like, we have all unanswered questions. So I'm excited to see these.
I agree with you, but I think it's not that different from phase 1.
It's not.
Where, it was a bunch of disparate movies that didn't really connect until phase 2. So I'm glad.
You got him looking something up. He's going in hard right now.
I mean, I'm definitely happy about Shang-Chi. The Eternals 2.
It doesn't say the Eternals, yeah.
I'm not excited to watch Eternals 2, but I am. What's between happy and excited? Elated?
No, that seems like when you're elated, you're pretty pumped.
I'm overjoyed.
No, that still seems
no,
too
that's
excited.
still too hype.
Yeah.
You're happy plus.
You're content. You're content with.
I'm happy. No, content is lower than happy. I'm happy plus.
Yes, that's the point.
I'm happy plus that they're at least continuing the Eternal story, because I was very afraid that they were just going to dead it because of the response. They just weren't. We would never see any of those characters again. And for continuity purposes, I don't want it to seem, honestly, I don't want it to seem like they made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they never return to anything that happened in Eternals, not including post-credit scenes, but just the movie itself, if they never bring any of that up or return to any of that, then it seems like that movie was a mistake. And I don't want that to be the case because, Kevin Feige is infallible. And so I am happy plus that Eternals is continuing, and in expectance that it will be better, and will tie in more to everything else, and absolutely overjoyed at Shang-Chi 2, because I thought Shang-Chi was great.
That was great. Yeah, that was a great movie. So here's the difference.
Possibly
here,
a
right?
top 10 flick.
Phase one of the MCU was Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and then the Avengers. 6 movies, right?
Okay, so they did tie it all together with the Avengers. That was still part of phase 1? Okay, I thought that was phase 2.
No, that was phase 1. They tied it together with the Avengers. Now here is phase 4 as far as this goes. So it's and these are just the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, right? That's 7 movies. On top of that, we have WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. 8 shows.
And none of them have anything to do with the other.
And none of them have anything to do with the other, where none of them tied up at any fucking point.
You have a very valid point.
That is
a problem right there.
It's more valid than I was thinking.
That is way too much entertainment with zero connection to the beginning of the phase for it to, like, at least we had 2 Iron Mans where certain shit connected in some sort of way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And then it all ended in the Avengers. Whereas with this, we have fucking, oh my God, 8 series and fucking 7 movies. It's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, bro. We got a lot.
Right.
And it's no wonder why they...
I mean, there's post-credits that tie some of it together, but not in the movie.
Not enough.
So, yeah.
Enough.
It's not enough.
We don't know...
Oof.
At the end of this phase, at the end of phase 4...
We've watched all 15 of these properties with the expectation that there will be some connection.
And none of it connected.
This next phase, though, right? Like, all them shits. Like, everything's
the
got...
expectation is better.
We have no choice but for everything to start connecting. And that just means everything we watch, bang, bang, bang. It's going to be connection. It's going to be tight.
But that is
It's going to be tight.
The reason why your average viewer is thinking that the MCU fucking sucks. It's because at some, like, the first phase connected to something. And we have yet to connect even Shang-Chi, which started the fucking phase. Right?
But
it was
to be
one of
fair,
the starters.
like, I mean, and again, at least they tied it all together with Avengers at the end. But there wasn't, besides the post-credit scenes, there wasn't anything that tied any of those first phase movies together until Avengers. Other than the rumors that were saying, well, not really rumors, but just industry, conversation and stuff that was like, yo, that they're going to do the Thor movie next, and it's all building up to the Avengers. They're going to do an Avengers, like everybody was, talking about it.
Yeah.
But
that was only 6 properties.
First 5 movies or whatever you mentioned,
6.
There wasn't, in those first 6 movies, there wasn't interconnection until the Avengers.
Right.
But I think the Disney Plus TV shows just makes it seem way worse.
Yeah,
it did.
It does feel like it stretches.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's true. That's shit we definitely didn't have in the first phase. That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that. So that's why it's feeling like fuck, like they're dropping the ball. I feel like they're still trying to figure shit out and they're still trying to get things together. And I still stand on that, but it's just like, it's just way too much in one phase.
Yeah.
Where nothing has been, like, no questions have been answered. Every movie, every show just leaves us with more questions. And the only questions that have been answered is WandaVision and not even all of the questions, right? But this is the only thing that has touched on anything has been WandaVision and Doctor Strange. Those are the only things that have interconnected with each other to the point where we got some answers. But where the fuck is Vision, bro?
Valid.
Where is Vision?
Like White Vision?
Yeah, White Vision. Where
the fuck is White Vision?
He just realized, like, oh shit, wait. All right,
probably Connecticut.
I'm out. And then that was it.
He's white now. He's celebrating.
Yeah.
he's hanging out at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah. He's probably with Andrew Tate somewhere.
We know where he is.
Yeah. But still, like it's just like they're I think where they really dropped the ball again, and I'm going back to my thought on the fact that the fact that they've announced that they are going back on quality over quantity is a smart move, and I think we're going to get a better, tighter MCU for these next couple of phases. I don't think it's really going to hit it out of the park until possibly like phase 6 that starts with Deadpool 3. But I think we're just going to be seeing a little bit of a tighter universe because we just got bombarded with so much shit, and there has been like no fucking. I want to see where Shang-Chi, like what that Shang-Chi end credit did, where Wong takes him and he's like, "Yo, let's go." Where did they go? Eternals. I would love for them to. I think there could be some strong characters in that, regardless of how it was received. I thought it was. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good movie. It was just extremely long, especially for the MCU, where it was more story based rather than action, and people aren't used to that. Mm-hmm. I want to see where that goes. I want to see more of these characters, and I want to see more tie-ins, and I think we're gonna get that. But it was just, I just wanted to point out it was a lot, bro. And also another thing that it was another video that I saw that really resonated with the whole thing is the fact that we don't have many like just grounded movies like we did in the first couple of phases, right? Where we had the Captain America movies, we had the Tony Stark movies, where they were a little bit more grounded before we went out into the Guardians of the Galaxy and like things like that, where things just kind of started to spiral out. Now we're so into the multiverse that it's hard, but we need something that's a little bit more grounded. I think Shang-Chi, that's why we liked it more, is because it's the most grounded movie that we've gotten. And I think a little bit more for Eternals as well. Whereas like it can be compared with like Captain America and Iron Man, where those are, where he is a more of a human person. He ends up having like these powers, but it's more like that feeling of like we could become that. That's what Captain America was. That's what Iron Man was. We don't have as much of that anymore. Everything is just like way out there now.
It seems like even with like TV shows, it's like they're using the TV series for their grounding. Like even though with She-Hulk there was a little bit of like, Hulk in space and shit, but like Falcon and Winter Soldier,
that was a little bit more grounding.
There was a decent amount of like, it's not all multiverse and crazy space travel. So like it feels like that's what they've been using for their quote unquote grounding recently anyway.
You're not wrong on that.
Hawkeye.
I'm hoping
Hawkeye was a fairly grounded, all things considered.
Until it came down to Fisk being a little more than what we remember him being from, which is cool because that's how he is in the comics.
We're just happy to have fucking D'Onofrio back, bro.
We were extremely happy for that.
Fuck, dude.
D'Onofrio is the shit. All right, so out of the MCU, or since we're talking about the MCU, sorry. Let's see. So there's another major casting role, a major casting that has been given to someone we hold near and dear, and that's Yeun has been cast in Marvel's Thunderbolts in a major role.
Damn.
For those of you who don't know who he is, he was Glenn in The Walking Dead, and he is also the star of why am I blanking on the
Invincible.
Cartoon? Invincible. There we go. As Invincible himself. So I'm really excited to see who he plays in this.
He was also
but it's a major role.
I just rewatched
He was in Nope.
recently.
That's correct.
So.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He was in Nope.
He was. And he is, I don't believe, let me pull up this article here. I don't believe that his role has been announced.
I don't think so. I didn't see it specified. It's just they made it seem super important.
No, yeah, they said it was an important role, but they didn't say what it was, which makes it feel like, what the fuck is his character?
Right.
Because I thought they announced all the characters. I guess he's a villain.
Okay.
Because they announced the team, the Thunderbolts, right?
Right.
So he can't be a Thunderbolt.
They showed all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so for him to be involved and be that important, he's either like a new Thaddeus Ross that they'll somehow.
No, Thaddeus Ross is being played by Harrison Ford.
Is that confirmed that Harrison Ford is doing that?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then, I can only imagine that he's a villain.
Yeah, Thaddeus Ross Thaddeus Ross will also be in the Thunderbolts, and he is confirmed to be playing the president.
Shout out to 81-year-old Harrison Ford, like killing it across like 7 different films and 3 TV shows. Like,
my man's fucking and shrinking. I talk a lot of shit about Harrison Ford on this podcast, not giving a fuck and being curmudgeonly, but goddamn, he's so fucking good.
He's fucking, but come on, I mean, his character is curmudgeon.
I mean, that's like he's
not a huge
he's
stretch
bringing
for
it
him
still.
right now.
He's bringing
so Johnny,
it.
you started
phoned that in.
Yeah.
You started shrinking, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm on. I didn't tell you guys, but I am on episode. I have finished episode 3. I'm on episode 4.
Are you trying to catch up? Were you trying to catch up before you told us?
I think it's. I was, yeah. I think you guys are dead on. It's a fucking great show. It's the next Ted Lasso.
And Joyce kept you from this. She tried to keep you from this show, Johnny. I will never forget that.
So I think I might have mentioned on the show previously, or maybe or not. But I watched the first episode by myself when she was out of town, and I enjoyed it. And then I stayed back, did not move forward. Waited for all the hustle and bustle to die down, brought it back up, and I was like, we need to watch this. And I mentioned it like in passing conversation so that she would watch it with me. And then one day we started it. We played it again from episode 1. We both saw at the end of episode 1, I looked at her and she was like, tears in her eyes, right? And I'm like, I told you this was a good show. And she was like, I just want to say that when I first saw it, like I was watching the baby, I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't know like how good this is. And I was like, I don't know, the guys keep on saying this is a fucking great show, and so far I'm not disappointed. And so we then watched the next 2 episodes. And yeah, I think you're very dead on in that it's the next Ted Lasso.
It is
definitely
very much there. I'm happy.
Shout out to Apple TV, bro. Shout out to Apple TV for fucking bringing it
continuously.
Oh my god, dude!
Continuously.
It's gotta feel good.
But just to bring it back to what we were talking about originally, the only thing that we know is that Steve Yeun's Thunderbolt's character will be significant and integral to the future of the MCU. Nice. So we will see. We will see what that means.
Integral to the future of the MCU.
Future, yeah. This is bigger than just the series. This is like it seems like a phase or 2 long implications here that we're looking at.
Yeah, there are some implications there that I'm like, all right. I can't wait to see what he brings on.
Deep implications.
Very deep. I like the guy. I really like the guy.
Does Kang have a sidekick or something that we don't know about? Man.
It could be a very CGI'd character. Who knows?
Ooh, yeah. Could be. Could be
knows?
very Skrull related.
Could be. Could be. Could be Hulk. Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm down.
There's really.
I like him as an actor, so I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy as hell about that, and I cannot wait for Invincible season 2. That should be dropping later this year, and that was the thing that Dave said too. He was just like, well, what's that gonna look like for Invincible?
Right.
Don't worry, Dave.
Selfish.
Season 2 and 3 has already
selfish.
been recorded, so
yep.
So we're gonna continue to get some Invincible going on. So we're good. All right, and in other news is the last piece of news that I have here. So there are new Lord of the Rings movies in the works from Warner Brothers and New Line that will be separate from the Lord of the Rings TV show that is on Amazon.
I thought saw there was an article I saw that said they wanted to do like Star Wars with like the universe and the spin-offs. Like that's what they were going to mold that world after. And honestly, dude, like I'm indifferent to it. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Like that's just not my shit. I'm not about it.
I'm not. I mean, in all honesty, I remember the first Lord of the Rings. I was younger, so I remember watching the first movie and got pissed off when they got to the top of the hill. Was like, there it is, and then they start walking, and then the fucking movie ended after 3 hours. I was so fucking pissed.
How much more did you expect after 3 hours, dog? You had to want to get the fuck out of there.
Bro, yeah, that's my point, is I wanted to get the fuck out of there. They got to the fucking top of the mountain.
But I wanted resolution.
Like, that's where we have to go. And then the movie ended, bro. And this was when it released. Like, so we had years before the next 2 fucking movies. I didn't watch that pissed me off so fucking much. That I did not watch another Lord of the Rings movie until all 3 of them were out, and then I banged them out, and I appreciated it a little bit more. I think the Hobbit series was better. There was more action. It was just I don't know. It was just a little bit more enjoyable for me. I had no interest in watching this show, because it dropped at the same time as House of Dragon, and we talked about it. It's like, when the fuck am I gonna watch? If I watch both of these right now, it's just gonna get confusing. Even if that was just my excuse.
And I still never went back to watch the Lord of the Rings show, even though that was my excuse at the time.
Nope,
I did not.
Nope. And you know what?
Johnny said it was tight.
Johnny
said it was a good time.
I mean, I take everything Johnny says with a grain of salt. You know, I'm just gonna have to say that while he's off, while he's
he'll
not
hear
listening.
This when he edits it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just full of shit all the time.
What a crock of shit. He does he even know what the fuck he's talking about ever? He just pulls shit out of his ass.
Yeah, for those of
Crazy
you
son of a bitch
who are just listeners and not watching it, Johnny walked away for some reason. We have no idea why.
So we're just talking major shit.
Yeah.
About his tiny pecker.
Yeah. Because he thinks he's an elf. That's probably why he enjoyed that show. He thinks he's an elf with his long ass hair. He's probably going to paint it blonde within the next couple of months.
Get his bow out, start shooting his little bow around. Yeah. Banging dead chicks. He's not going to hear this until he edits it. It's so funny. Wait, does he have like wireless headphones on? Can he listen the whole time?
No, he took his headphones off. I took him.
Nice.
His headphones off. Yeah, just banging dead chicks. Whatever. You know, just to make sure that his laundry, as long as his laundry is done,
as that laundry's folded, it's all good.
Fuck it. We're banging dead chicks.
Banging dead chicks. Episode title.
Oh, hey,
that's so good. Hey, look who's back.
Hey, mira.
Hey, bud. We missed you.
Yeah, we missed you. Nothing. You didn't miss anything.
I only spilled.
I don't.
I only spilled an entire fucking drink for a second time.
Was it a claw and vodka? What was it?
No vodka this time. Just claw.
just a claw. I mean, all right.
Okay.
Just more sugar.
Yep.
So, putting it out there, I think by now you should really put your computer up somewhere, and you should probably invest in a wireless keyboard.
I think I just need to go back to using Yetis and fuck these red Solo Clubs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not a.
Nope, that's not a bet.
Don't follow me.
Yeah, from what you've explained, same. You should probably, steer clear.
Is the gear
let's
all
hope
okay?
I have a computer next week to fucking keep doing the pod, because who knows how long it takes to do
I'll send you a
nowadays.
Chromebook.
I mean, I got spare computers here, but
I got a spare computer. I'll use the 2013 MacBook. I don't want a Chromebook. Don't send it to me.
no, I got newer computers than that. Come on.
Well, the computer hasn't shut off.
None of them are mine. So far, but if
takes
for some
time
reason
for that
things
corrosion.
don't continue, I'm expecting that mostly what will happen is my keyboard will suck for the next 7 days.
Did it splash on the keyboard?
Bro, did it splash on the keyboard? I literally I might as well have just taken a picture and poured it on top of the computer.
Yo, we need to get the video of the exact moment that this happened.
I wish there was video of the computer when this happened, because I looked down and the entire computer was covered from left to right in drink.
Jesus.
And I looked at it and I just said, well, that's fucked. And then I just started thinking, like, what am I going to do now? Like, do I even bother cleaning this up? Because it's just fucked. Like, there's no way it's recovering from this.
You better upload what you need to upload. Get everything off of that
I'm thinking
bitch.
in my head right now, like, do I have a time machine backup of this computer? Because I don't use a time capsule anymore. Well, fun times.
Luckily for you, that is all I have as far as HOLLYWOO goes.
Lord of the fucking Rings.
Well, I guess so. Dave doesn't know this because he was pissing. I did watch The Last of Us.
Oh.
And Wak has as well, so we can talk TLOU.
Let's do it.
If we got some a little extra timey here. One second.
I just wasn't sure because of the computer situation, but if you're comfortable.
If he drops off, y'all know why. Johnny loves you. It's nothing personal.
Right, like what else am I going to do right now?
All right, so for those of you who are not caught up on The Last of Us, which is this most recent episode. Spoiler alert. That means that if you do not want to be spoiled, then you should fall off now. Thank you for listening to the show. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, all of that goodness wherever you are listening or watching to the podcast. But if you want to continue, here we go. So yeah, Last of Us, we got a little bit more. What episode was that? 6?
7?
This was 7, yeah.
Okay. Episode 7, we got a little bit more of a backstory on Ellie and her friend, who we knew a little bit about. We knew that they were both bitten, and obviously one turns, and Ellie found out that she was immune. So we got more of that story, whereas before I believe we only got the photos that they took, right? Mm-hmm. We only had like those little screenshots of them having that good time, and we got to actually see it out or play out. I was
wondering about that. Like when they went and they took the photos, I was like, I feel like we've seen this film strip of photos before, but I couldn't remember where. When did they show like the strip of photos?
I don't know if they showed it in
the
show. In the game, that's how they referenced. She explained how she got bit, and how her and her friend were together. They were doing that. They both got bit at the same time. They both waited for them to turn, and obviously only one of them turned. So and then the only thing that they referenced was that photo strip.
Got you. Okay. I that was my follow-up question was this whole episode in the game, or was it like expanded lore the way that they did
they expanded it for sure. And that's the thing that I love about this show is like when they expand on it, it's in a very great way. Like it's very necessary for you to get that. And I love the way that they set it up. Right. It was like, Joel letting her know, obviously the previous episode, he was stabbed. And then we see him falling off of that horse. This one, it starts in that house that she dragged him into. And she's nursing him or they have that conversation. He says, I'm pretty much dead. Just leave me here. Go. And that's where she has that flashback. And it's more of like a thing where before we know that Joel made that connection with her, and with his daughter, with the loss that he's had, she's now making that connection with Joel on the loss that she's had for, and that kind of came full circle a little bit. And now we had to revisit that for her to make that decision, because she was thinking like, should I leave him here and should I just move on? And she decided to come back and to help him. Whereas for those of you who are not familiar with the game pretty much, he falls off of the horse. He looks like he's dead. The next phase of the game, you're just Ellie in the woods hunting randomly. You have no idea what happened with. Yeah. You have no idea what happened with Joel or anything. Now, this is the first time you're playing as Ellie when you've been playing as Joel the whole time. So you're like, fuck, did Joel die? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And then you go through the next part of the story arc. So this just elaborated on that way more.
I'm so glad you played the game more recently than both of us, just for the comparison, because I have a hard time remembering what actually they did show in the game and what they, didn't show. Like, I'm like, man, was, the Sam and Henry arc, like I had a hard time remembering how much of that actual story, just because the show does such a good job of going in depth with everything. Like I'm never 100% sure if it's just my memory or if that actually, they went that deep.
No, right. with Sam and Henry, it was, that was their names, right?
Was it? I think so. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. No. Ben, is it Ben? Bob or something? I don't know. Anyway.
No, Sam and Henry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben and Sam?
Whatever. Whoever Nick Offerman played, we get to him. He's like just like this sporadic fucking army dude.
Oh no, Sam and
you're talking about Frank and Bill.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the kids.
You're talking about yeah. No, yeah. I'm fucking spacing now. But anyway, whatever. Let's get back to this current episode. But with all of that, like it skipped literally everything. All we had was that photo. So then it brought it full circle to that photo. So it was very cool.
Which, by the way, not to cut you off or anything, but I did love how with the Frank and Bill thing, how the whole internet was like, that was unnecessary. They didn't need to show that. And everyone was like, everyone knew that they were gay. Like,
yeah.
And then you saw everyone's, for that week in between, right? Everyone was like, we all knew he was gay. Don't you remember this scene where afterwards they show her looking at the nudie magazine of dudes? And then the next week, that's in the show. I fucking loved that.
Yeah. They just I don't know. I don't know if they said that was his though. In the show, I think
it was in his truck.
Yeah.
It was in his truck.
Oh, it was his truck. Okay. That no, you're right. Whereas in the game, like she stole it from his, because he was such an asshole. And he was like, "Don't touch any of my stuff." He didn't trust her, and she stole that from one of his stacks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just a little bit different in how that played out. But yes, correct. He was, and when they found him, he said that was his partner, and you can interpret that however you wanted. But yes, the magazine and the men's magazine and everything, like, yeah, that took place. So everyone put 2 and 2 together. But as far as this most recent episode, like I said, like everything was connected by that one photo. I love that they touch a little bit on, because it's whether you, I mean, we know it now on the show, right? Where Ellie is obviously into girls.
Mm-hmm. Girls are into Ellie.
And girls are into Ellie. So that's something that's being touched on, well into the second season, if you catch my drift. But anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the things on this episode,
now that Waka's playing Last of Us 2,
yes, I know he is.
He's deep into the Ellie lore.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the one thing that I would say about this episode is, because I knew how it was going to end, as far as them both getting bitten, I didn't know how it was going to happen, where it was going to happen. And the entire time that they are in the mall, or when they first started in the hotel and they were just going up, I'm like, oh, when the fuck are they gonna get bit? When the fuck are they gonna get bit? Like, I'm like watching this, like kind of like on eggshells, like, fuck, is it now? And then when they're in the mall and they're playing games and they're making all of these noises, I'm like, when the fuck is this motherfucker gonna come out?
Yo, I'm glad that you also had that experience, because I literally, at one point while they were in the mall, and I'm like, this anticipation is, because in my mind, I'm like, they're going to show when Ellie was bit, right? So there has to be some sort of attack. And then at some point they showed the mushroom dude on the floor. So now there's going to be an attack. I'm talking, I had like clammy hands, bro.
He's like just wait.
I'm like, it's coming. Like, when is? I remember like wiping my hands on my shirt, because I was like, what the fuck, man? I have so much anticipation. Yeah. I know it's gonna come at some point. When is it happening? So I'm glad you also experienced that. Yeah,
that was my feeling the entire fucking episode, and then like I'm like, fuck, like, and then they she was saying how she was in the mall the day before, and she was, playing the game herself, and all of this, and then it zooms into the one infected person that was like a spore on the wall, and when he came to life,
that was fast like, clicker.
It was, and I was like, was it what? I couldn't figure out. Was he a runner or was he a clicker? Because his face wasn't.
The clickers usually have like the half mushroom, half head ish. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, but normally they can't see. They can't see because the spore is on their face.
Because they're just covering.
And he had eyes.
Yeah, and he had eyes. That's why I couldn't figure out.
He was fast as a bitch.
He was
sure.
fast.
A runner.
My man was crazy fast.
Yeah, it was a runner. I
gotta watch the NR breakdown.
I was just like, I was anticipating that. I didn't know when it was gonna happen, and then when it actually happened, it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was gonna be, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And then then they got bit, and then it moved forward to Joel. So because I played the game, I'm like looking forward to this next episode, because I know exactly where it goes, and it, it's going to be another action-packed episode.
Did you watch the trailer? Did you guys watch the trailer for the next episode?
I don't do those.
No,
I watched the shit at the end of the HBO. Airing.
I watched.
I usually watch the about this episode, and then I skip the trailer. And then I watch the about this episode.
looked wild. There was a whole bunch of just random new people. There was it looked like a whole new shit, dude. Like it was going to be crazy. And that's the finale, right? Like this is episode 8 is all there is.
Is it?
Yeah. No. There's 9.
It's only 8 episodes?
Is there?
There's 9 episodes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
So the penultimate. Well, that's probably why it's so wild.
This was a lot of
penultimate.
new shit.
It's just going to be action-packed.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. Look dope.
It's too fast.
It always is. I know.
Confirmed.
We got Mando. Mando started yesterday. If you're listening to this the day it aired, go watch Mando, episode 1, season 3.
Yeah. We'll be talking about it next week.
Goddamn right.
Wait for that. So yes, 9 episodes of the season, and it's already been confirmed for a season 2. So
okay, word.
Boom.
Yeah, we're good. We're good there. Yeah. I wasn't worried about that. They'd be stupid not to. They'll let it go like Westworld for 4 seasons and then just fucking murder it.
Nah,
I mean,
this is
the only thing that I worry about, or that I'm thinking about, is they said that they will only run as long as they have material for it in the games.
And there's no third.
So far we have two games, obviously 2 seasons. Will they drag out the second game amongst 2 seasons? I don't see that happening. That would be rough.
So where we are, you're saying where we are in the show within the next 2 games can wrap up everything. I'm sorry, within the next 2 episodes can wrap up everything that's in the game? In the first game?
In the first game.
Yeah.
Yes. It seems like it's on track for that.
Yep.
Oh, I thought the first game was longer than that. Well, at least.
It seems to be on track for that. To wrap up the first game.
Then,
and then,
yeah, that's scary. There's only 2 seasons.
Second season is going to. That's why I'm making my way through the second game, but yeah, second season is gonna have to do with the second game. But the thing is like, how do they handle that? Are we getting? Because it is another couple of or it's going to be a couple of years before the second season comes out. Or
there's no like expansion games or anything like that, like expansion levels.
They don't do DLC. No, they don't do none of DLC for those games.
And so
maybe they could split the second game into 2 seasons.
We're all going to be pissed then because it'll be a bunch of filler in that bitch if it's a long season.
Yeah.
My question is like, are we possibly getting at least like a third game? Because the creators of the games are attached to this. Are we getting a third game?
There's
I
hope.
mean, I'm sure, but not before season 3 of
would need to go into production. Like it's going to get held up.
Maybe they come out at the same time.
But that's my question. Is like, we don't know. It's not a question that you can answer.
Yeah.
But it's like I like to speculate. It's going to be a while before we get season 2 of the show. That that has to do. When did Last of Us Part 2 come out?
Last year, right?
It was within the last 2 or 3 years. I don't think it was last year necessarily, but recently.
Okay. Last of Us.
It's a possibility they at least gave them the script in order to at least produce a possible third season.
June 2020.
June 2020. Okay, so it's been 3 years. All right.
It's
possible that it's possible. No, we're coming up to June pretty quickly. But it's possible that they have a third game in the works. Gave them the script of what's going on. By the time that actually drops and everything, it might be a little bit more in line with allowing people to play it and then watch the show. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Let me just hear. I just want them to confirm a third game before
that would
get
be
any
nice.
hopes up at all. I just want
no, and this is just me speculating because the only other alternative is we don't get a third season. We just know that that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And maybe if they drop a third game at some point they could randomly just be like, yo, we're dropping a third season of The Last of Us.
Concurrently. Maybe it's some kind of crazy collab, bro. Some shit we never even thought of before, where it's like an interactive experience with a TV show and a video game. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
No,
we'll see.
Just give
but
us
we're coming close to the end of the first season here.
Timeline for the first couple is the original game came out in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
The sequel was announced in 2016, but as we know, it did not release until 2020.
Ooh. So they haven't even announced it yet. So we're looking at 4 years from an announcement before that shit drops.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Not good.
We'll see how that goes. I mean,
Not
just
good,
because
fellas.
they didn't announce it doesn't mean it's not being worked on.
I hope so.
Facts.
It's true.
Maybe they're going to announce it closer to release date this time around.
Okay.
Especially if it's, tied with the HBO series release.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Because they're so involved. If they weren't as involved, I could believe them releasing it completely separately.
Yeah.
But because the creators of the game are executive producers on
really
this
involved
show and heavily involved, I could totally buy them releasing at the same time.
Ooh,
or something
now
like
you're
that.
Talking.
Where it's watch the show or play the game. You'll learn the
same
story
shit.
at the same time.
Yeah. Maybe both of them expound upon shit that wasn't touched on
in the other.
The other, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, that would be dope.
That would be the smart thing to do.
I would. Fuck.
Huh. It would be the smart thing to do. We just won't know.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
So for the most part,
Very
we just
much.
we just have to just to possibly wrap it in our heads that we're getting 2 seasons of The Last of Us. There's a possibility that down the road, because it would suck if we get a 3rd season of the show that plays out the game. You know what I mean? Before the game drops out.
We got.
Right, that's true. That's more Watchmen than we got. So I don't know. Either way, I'm enjoying it. Really loving the show.
Facts. Big facts.
I'm really loving it because I played the game. I've been playing the game, and I don't know. It's just been great.
Word.
Do you guys have anything else to add about this show? I feel like I've just been the one talking.
Props to Bella Ramsey for that acting when she got bit. Just that fucking terror, bro. That's exactly how I feel like I would have reacted if I were bit. She didn't know she was, immune at the time, so she thought that was it, bro. She was done, and there was fear and terror in that performance, and her and the other chick, I forget what her name is, Riley something. They were both fantastic. That mall set fire, just awesome,
fire.
bro. It was the whole shit was awesome, low key, but had its high points, and yeah, I won't ramble on, but I could.
I seen some stores that I was like, those stores don't exist anymore, right?
Word.
Yeah, there was a 2013 because there was
2003, 2003, right? Yeah,
is when the plague hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why when I watch her with the Walkman, I'm like, that actually is not even that old of tech. It's
she
totally
have a
doable. Yeah, it makes sense that she might still have a Walkman because in 2003, I'm sure there was absolutely people still listening to cassettes.
For sure.
It wasn't the popular thing to do, but it was there.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to find that type of that type of media and shit.
Realistically, cassettes would be the ones that would stand the test of time.
Facts.
Rather than CDs.
Yeah.
Because them shits were terrible.
Okay, Bill Nye.
They would skip all the time. You remember?
Yeah, no, big time.
100%.
Every second step, bro. That was the worst.
Yeah. Good. We've lived through a lot of
we're so old.
Crazy,
Let's
stupid
stop now.
shit. All right, guys. Do you have anything else to add to this stellar conversation?
I hope Johnny's computer's okay.
Yeah,
we'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow. All right, so where is it? There we go. Guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. If you made it this far, that means you fuck with us and we fuck with you. Remember to do all of the things. Rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening to the show. If you haven't already, if you want to cop some merch, go to insensitivemerch.com and grab some gear, man. Stay drippy with Drippy. We're still hoping to release some new stuff soon. Again, thank you for your love and support. Peace.